That makes it
I don't
more
know.
hilarious.
Joe Pesci is
Sitting
pretty fucking short.
or standing?
So what?
Oh.
Sitting
I
or
didn't
standing?
hear you.
She
I
sat.
said-
She asked sitting or standing, which I don't. I assume.
okay.
Yeah, because he's always sitting down. That's
Well,
hilarious.
that's what I mean. It's
Welcome back, guys. Same show, same format, less TOS,
Yeah, far less too.
far less TOS. We did not play the intro again. Spin and I need to get together and make a new intro that is more representative of the show that him and I have when him and I are together, which is not MAGA on the mic. Well, when he speaks, it is, but that isn't representative for everybody else.
And maybe not having him lip syncing to a female singer.
Yeah. Although we
Yeah.
could keep the part where he's got two arms and then another arm.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. There's like a fucking hand resting on the fucking end table.
The one hand has 6 fingers, and then there's other hand. You're like, and I was like, "What's going on there, Spin? What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Hold up, there's another video of I think from what's that other channel he's part of? News Fast or whatever the hell it is. His
It's
wheelchair,
his show with Clay.
yeah, his wheelchair just goes through the fucking podium. Like it just
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes
That part's great.
through.
Yeah, I love doing that show too. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So then the topic is the same, and it sucks too because we end up losing
All the
a
momentum.
heavy hand on one side. But I think we can do well to have the conversation.
Yeah. Because at this point, you got me and Clay and Joe Cool, who are all decidedly nonpartisan, and then Kraut Mick, who's conservative but not MAGA, and Ant, who also is conservative but not MAGA. We don't have a representative from the left or the right, so we're all just going to bash these really bad decisions that have been being made by Trump recently.
No. Maybe you guys are
I
gonna
don't-
do that shit.
See, I don't necessarily agree that they're all bad decisions. Like,
Dude, tell me you.
but
tell
we've
me
discussed
fucking-
about.
the
We've already
Attorney
discussed
General
this.
pick, the attorney general pick wasn't just fucking crazy, dude.
Oh, I don't know anything about the pick. I saw it. and I was
What?
like,
You
okay.
didn't
It was
see
his.
all
It
that
was his
crazy shit
personal
going on?
attorney at one point in time.
That's Blanche,
And-
right?
He came in and fired
Yeah.
everybody and bragged that anyone who thought Trump lost that election, none of them still have a job. He bragged on that crazy shit.
Like, and said he was Trump's personal attorney, and like, dude, it was wild, and fucking, we're like, holy shit. Couldn't believe it. And then the Epstein files, the guy refuses to even interview the fucking victims of the Epstein files, the ones that are surviving. And like, and you know, Trump has said he doesn't want that, and he wants that done. He doesn't want to talk about that shit. And
I think dude met him today though. I saw a headline. I didn't look into it, but they said they was set to meet the people from that shit today. I know he didn't commit
they're the
to
ones
it
who led the
during it.
resistance against this attorney general because he refuses to fucking talk to him even.
He wouldn't. Yeah, he
What
wouldn't
were they-
admit to
what
it
were they
then
talking
either. Dude
about?
was like, oh, there was a bunch of
Interview them
witnesses.
about their experience and who they saw and what happened and things like that. He didn't even interview
He
them.
was like, if there's anybody,
already
of course
have
I
that-
would have interviewed him.
But
And
they already
he's
have
like,
that in the files.
I don't know that part, but if they had already been interviewed, I don't know why then that they would as a group say we haven't been interviewed.
I don't know.
These are
Other than they'd
different
want
people
attention.
than you-
People say a lot of shit just to get in the news.
do you remember
I
the
don't know.
last Senate hearings where all of those people stood up and said they'd never been talked to? It's a bunch that never been talked to. Remember, they all stood up, rose their hands. And
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
that group that stood up against this guy and said he refused to talk to us.
Just 'cause
Yes,
they
you
say
can
that
find
doesn't mean there was
it all.
any reason to talk to him in the first place.
Well, if they've never been interviewed, then why would there
I've
be
never been
any-
interviewed. Have you?
He said
but were you in
anybody who
were
has
you a
something to
victim
say,
in the
he
were
would-
you a
That's my
victim?
point. We don't know any of these people. We don't. They're
Well,
other than them
supposed-
claiming to be
supposed-
victims. We don't know they're victims.
until you interview
Supposedly
him,
they're
right?
supposedly they're named victims in the Epstein files.
All right. Well, I'm just saying. I'd like to know like some kind of verification for that instead of just taking them at their word.
The verification here, hold on. Here's the verification.
I've been busy farming.
Huh?
They were at the Senate hearings and they were in the audience.
Yeah. Okay. Like if they got that far, I'll grant it because I know that's not something you're just walking in on, right? You can't just go
Right.
to a Senate hearing.
Right. So they
Oh, man, I
invited
didn't
them
think
there
you guys
to
did that.
rebut
Okay.
the argument that you
So,
talked to everybody
thank you for
and you wanted to
validating that.
talk to everyone.
See, thank you for just entertaining me and validating that because that's all I was asking for. Usually, that's
Yeah.
all I want is something that
Yeah,
backs up what's being said.
I dig it.
I'm not a crazy person. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Right.
So I might be a
That's
crazy
all
person,
you could
and I might be an
ask
Sometimes you
asshole.
gotta
but-
close it in.
in this crazy world.
Well, yeah,
Sometimes,
never mind. I
rare.
might be crazy and an asshole, but I reason it through.
You're right.
It's
Something
logic.
like that.
My logic is undeniable. I had a question. I was wondering if we couldn't, because it wasn't very long, right? The video. Do you think we could like do like a little watch party here, and we can pause it at any point in time? Do you think we could do maybe
yeah,
that?
Spin is the one who plays those. I am technologically handicapped,
Ah,
and I don't know where he gets these things from that don't get strikes. And I'm notoriously Uncle Ted talks, dude. I swear to God, if somebody else like whistles Dixie in the background, we get a strike. They're like, "Oh, that's copyrighted music." We're here.
right. Okay. So these particular ones. So, in this one, I will tell you because there's no like Lee Greenwood or God bless the USA. all that
Right,
shit.
but I'm just saying I'm not good at this.
I-
We just got to get Spin should, I assume, be back in a minute
Okay.
after he
Adam, can you
So
move your mic a
I'll
little
ask
bit?
him
Oh, that might
then. 'Cause
be
I think
my
it will be
fan.
Until then. Continue. Until then.
I'll sweat my ass off a little bit for you guys.
I apologize. It was just driving
No,
me
you're good,
crazy.
man. I get it. And I get it. I didn't think you guys would be back on tonight. I was so happy to see that. I scrolled by. I was like, yes, sir. We're back.
Mhm.
We discussed it, and Spin not happy.
All right. Well, let's try to
He-
do
he
the.
said yes.
I'm sorry.
He gave
Hold
me
on,
approval.
I'm looking to see what else happened today that's worthy of talking about. Also,
Oh, there's a lot of big news, by the way.
Oh
I got-
shit!
I got a question real quick.
what we got? What we got?
I forgot to follow up on the Starship launch.
Oh, I saw that earlier. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I heard about it.
No, I didn't
I don't know what
about that.
happened. I saw it was like an hour and a half. I got distracted with other stuff and I realized I never checked back on it. It's got to be over
So
by now.
let me
or
ask you guys
canceled.
real quick because I actually caught up on Trump's little speech. Do you believe any of what he's saying could be true?
I didn't actually see the speech. So.
All right. Hold on, I'm fine. CBS. See, here's the problem. Which channel is he playing it from? That's not getting us struck.
It's
Is
it-
it-
oh,
was
oh,
it?
no. I got you.
Cool, because that's my problem. I'm like, dude, I'm so bad at this shit. I started out as a TV show and I had producers and stuff. Hey, I don't know how to do that stuff. I just yap.
Hmm. Oh, that's right. That's what happened. I was watching Gibbs's debate.
Who's Gibbs debating?
Ah, that's right.
No, Gibbs isn't.
Gibbs.
Gibbs is moderating.
Oh, Gibbs is
So there it
moderating.
is. And actually, Kraut, you actually had it right. By the way, I just mentioned that we don't actually because this is actually a fully public. Like,
Wait,
we
Yeah,
don't-
that's what we need. Yeah,
yeah. YouTube does not even care.
yeah. It's
This one
fucking
specific.
where you got it. Throw it up.
Oh, in the back chat.
Oh, in the back.
Uh,
All right, my bad. My
private
bad.
chat.
My bad.
yes, sir.
All right. I got it. All right, hold on.
I don't tend to watch
I
speeches.
had to
because
learn. that my producer originally made fun of me because he's like, when you look at your things at your computer, you tilt your head back like you're looking underneath glasses, even though you're not wearing any.
I think
I
I
gotta
tilt
back
my
out in a
head
second and
too.
join so I can connect my equipment to the audio.
Yep.
Yeah, this is fully public. You can go full screen with it if you need to or want to or whatever. And we'll,
Yep.
I'd like, yeah, you got to skip ahead past the to where you see him.
Good evening. Before we begin, I'm proud to report that our country is safer, stronger, and far wealthier than it has ever been before. We are doing great. Less than 2 years ago, we inherited an economic and social disaster. After the worst inflation in 48 years, the wide open borders with millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including criminals of all types, and 11,888 murders, many of whom killed more than one person. We had transgender for everybody, men and women sports, crime ravaging our cities, and the whole world was laughing at us as a nation, but not anymore. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. America is respected like we have never been respected before. We have more money being invested in the United States than at any time in the history of our country. More Americans are working today than ever before. This week, it was announced that inflation saw the largest monthly decline in more than 6 years. Just happened. It was just given out. The media reported it, and we accept it. The best in 6 years. The tax cuts in our great, big, beautiful bill are saving hardworking families thousands and thousands of dollars, like with the provisions, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, along with the interest deduction on a loan used to purchase a car, but only if that car is made in America, and a 100% expensing for our job creating businesses. Our stock markets are at their highest point in many years, but we can actually say of all time. And your 401ks, pensions, and retirement accounts are setting records every single day, the highest in history. For years, we paid the highest price for prescription drugs anywhere in the world. Now we pay the lowest price under my most favored nations policy because I was able to get the rest of the world and the pharmaceutical companies to act
That makes no
responsibly.
sense, man.
Drug prices are coming down by 70, 80, and 90%. TrumpRx.gov, this will ultimately reduce the cost of healthcare. You have to go to TrumpRx.gov and take advantage of it. But the cost of healthcare is coming way down because of what we've done with prescription drugs. And with Trump accounts, every child in America now has access to a tax-free investment account to save for their future. Billions and billions of dollars are being invested, put in by companies and individuals to take care of our children so that at age 18, they will have potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account, and they'll get off to a great start in life. So for that, go to TrumpAccounts.gov and sign up your child or any child who'd like to sign up. Our previously wide open borders have been transformed into the most secure borders in the history of our country, with 0 illegal aliens being admitted to the United States in the past 14 months. That is 0. Nobody thought it was possible. We had the worst border
It's not
in the
possible.
history of our country, and now we have the best. Crime is plummeting nationwide with the murder rate at its lowest level since 1900, or more than 125 years ago. We're making a record investment in our armed forces, and we have the strongest and most powerful military by far anywhere in the world. I built it during my first term, and unfortunately, we're forced to use it now. We
Are
won
you
in
telling me
Venezuela,
before
which
he
is now
got here,
working with
we
us
did
to
not have
produce
that?
millions
Yeah,
and
we
millions
already
of barrels
the
of
rates
oil.
have been on the
We are
news.
likewise
line
winning big in
since the 80s.
Iran, and you will see the fruits of that labor very, very shortly. America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed because no country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness. And that's very simple. No trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift, and decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to make that system secure. One where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard. Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes like levels never thought possible to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as disturbingly, this vital information has for many years been covered up and hidden from you, the American people, our beautiful, our great American people. But that all changes right now. The documents we will release starting tonight have been gathered by the White House Government Transparency Task Force, a great group of people, along with the staff of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board, supported by our top intelligence agency chiefs, who have all personally reviewed the findings. We are presenting
That
this
sounds
evening and
so
fully
untrustworthy.
confirm their authenticity. You can see these documents for yourself at whitehouse.gov. That's whitehouse.gov. Go check it out.
We came
Our
up with these
purpose in
stats and had some
disclosing this
people look at them,
information is
is
not
what I
to
heard.
weaken confidence in election, but
You got to
to
look at
earn
you
that
got to look at what
confidence
you
by
presented before you say
confronting
what you
vulnerabilities and
did.
correcting them very, very
You know,
quickly. And that's what we're doing.
none of us have
The
yet.
documents cover 5 major areas of concern. First, they show that over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files. That
That's damn
information
near
includes
everybody in
names,
the. Oh,
addresses, phone
yeah, that's
numbers,
most people in
political
the
party
country, right?
preferences,
That
and
is
other
more than that's
sensitive
people
data
that don't even
that
vote.
would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious activities, which is exactly what was happening. This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China assigned a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases, in our intelligence agency work to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible. U.S. spy agencies began learning about the compromise of voter registration files in 2020 when they discovered that tens of millions of voter data, think of that, tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China. Yet those responsible for sounding the alarm instead kept the information secret and hidden. they did not disclose to me as president or to
Yeah,
anyone else. And to the best of our
Google
knowledge,
says it
they
ain't
did
even
not
230
inform
million
Congress. In
people
fact,
registered to vote.
all they kept saying is, this is the most secure election in the history of our country. A standard, very pat line that was divvied out to say. The cover-up of this colossal security breach is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign. They did not want, and they just didn't want it. They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win, and for good reason. As the documents we are releasing show, CIA reporting explicitly stated, and I quote, in mid-2018, the Chinese Communist Party's policy was to leverage all domestic and foreign elements that were opposed to the U.S. president in an effort to reduce the U.S. president's votes and make him resign or prevent his reelection. Isn't that nice? Also, in mid-2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections and later the results of the 2020 presidential election itself. Separately, in mid-2019, the Chinese government's strategy against the United States was focused on undermining domestic confidence in the U.S. president. They wanted to just make you sound like your president wasn't so hot, when actually the president has done a great job. And they did everything possible to do exactly that. Going on, this document says, and this is by the CIA, the strategy included efforts to use Chinese contacts with big U.S. companies to influence U.S. business leaders to turn against the President of the United States of America. The Chinese government sought to identify U.S. journalists who had reported negatively on the U.S. president and pay them large sums of money to write more negative articles about him, as many as they could, and they didn't care what they said. The Chinese government wanted U.S. president to lose the next election. And the reason they wanted me to lose is because they knew I was wise to them, charged them billions and billions of dollars worth of tariffs, and built the strongest military anywhere in the world. We have the strongest military anywhere in the world. These are exact quotes from the CIA reporting. The name of the person doing the quote is now under review, but it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activities even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. These were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out that was of importance. One email among intelligence analysts admitted that they had, quote, deliberately massaged the presidential daily briefing to withhold information regarding Chinese activities related to the election. Another official inside the FBI wrote that she was running, quote, a shadow government, unquote, to keep intelligence about China's election meddling from becoming known and to keep it away from the honorable press. Other officials who witnessed such efforts perceived the motivations to be blatantly political. Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information given by President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky. We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that were supposed to burn the bag. But the findings are stunning. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden,
Of course you
to
are.
fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people.
For the
Yet
win,
concealing China's meddling was only the beginning.
I want to take a
The
peek.
third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems. Dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Tonight, we're publishing a series of previously classified U.S. intelligence community assessments and other reports proving that our government has long known these machines are extremely exposed to attack. As one assessment states, we judge that the United States adversaries, including at a minimum Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, as well as non-state groups, have the capability to compromise U.S. election infrastructure. That's unquote, but that's some statement, isn't it? Made by supposedly great patriots of our country. The document goes on to further state that, quote, we assess that centralized election-related data repositories, such as voter registration databases, poll books, and other official election websites, are most vulnerable to exploitation, and adversaries could use this access to these systems to disrupt election processes within the United States of America. Tonight, we're releasing all of those findings, and spanning from January 2020 to June 2026. This is a cyber threat aimed at the very heart of our democracy. Many people have questioned whether it could actually be possible to electronically manipulate vote totals or change election results on these terrible machines. Today, we are releasing documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. And that's exactly what happened, conspiring to digitally rig their own country's elections in 2020, and that's what they did. This reporting included precise details about methods to regime develop to
Is he
digitally alter
justifying
vote totals in ways
kidnapping
that could
Maduro
not
now?
be detected even with an audit, no matter how deep they went. This intelligence underscores why we must take urgent action to ensure that our own system can never, ever be hacked or compromised like it was in the past. The fourth set of documents reveals that even when significant evidence of fraud has been detected, it has been buried and covered up. Among the disclosures tonight are FBI files detailing evidence of alleged fraud by a large-scale voter registration operation in Michigan. In 2020, Michigan State Police raided a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization, corrupt group in Muskegon. And we're so concerned by what they found. They were just so concerned. They couldn't believe it, actually, that they contacted the FBI in Detroit. The documents state that some canvassers admitted to FBI agents that they signed voter registration forms in other people's names, submitted fraudulent registration for people who did not exist, and received gift cards tied to their number of applications that they produced. In other words, it was pay, play, and cheat. The FBI agents working on the case believe that crimes were committed, yet the Biden Department of Justice slow-walked the investigation and killed it. Tonight, I'm asking the FBI director to ensure that the matter is fully investigated and to work with the Department of Justice to prosecute those responsible for any crimes. Finally, to reveal just how vulnerable our elections continue to be, we are releasing the results of a stunning investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. According to the DHS review, state voter rolls and public records, they identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections. Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. Yet, even this limited analysis found more than 250,000 foreigners illegally registered to vote. Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it. It is not defensible. Hundreds of millions of U.S. voter files are in the hands of foreign governments. Our machines and ballot counting systems are exposed to hacking and manipulation and corruption. China and other countries have been trying to meddle in our elections. Evidence of fraud has been buried. Hundreds of thousands of non-citizens and dead people are listed and active on the voter rolls. And yet we still have elections with no voter ID, no proof of citizenship, and tens of millions of ballots floating aimlessly through the mail. As one example of the insanity, California's recent election for mayor of LA and governor was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month. Took a month to count the votes. I wonder what they were doing. This is worse than any third world country. There's no third world country that has elections like we have. In a rare move, NBC and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is and they don't want to reveal it. They and others in the media are part of a plot. They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left. They can't have a
They want to
great
keep it
country, and
going.
it's true. You
6
can't have a
years
great
later,
country without
they want to
free
keep
and
it
fair
going.
elections. Fraud like this should mean a revocation of their licenses. They
God
use our
knows
public
that he was in
multi-billion
office
dollar
when
in
this started.
value airways for absolutely no money. They pay nothing. All we want is honesty in our elections and honesty in reporting. They pay nothing for multi-billion dollar assets. Great damage
Yeah.
has been done to our country. Our elections were left vulnerable to being rigged and stolen, and the trust of the American people was lost. This cannot be allowed to continue. Every American, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or otherwise, should be able to agree that we deserve the most secure, honest, and fair election system anywhere in the world. Secure elections should be a partisan, really, we should be together, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everybody. And it should not be a partisan issue. It should cause to unite us, not to divide us. This should be a cause. We should be united, not divided. In light of the brand new and irrefutable information I have revealed tonight, my administration is in the process of notifying the states whose election data was compromised by the People's Republic of China and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift action to ensure that sensitive voter data is better protected so we can never be bought, we can never be hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again. Tomorrow, the Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing to outline his department's recent work confirming cyber vulnerabilities in our electronic voting systems. They are bad. We're in the process of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting today, it's in such bad shape in so many states, and we are committing to fix it. And we're also committing to be working with those states and local jurisdictions to help them fix and patch known technical vulnerabilities before the midterm elections. We have very important elections coming up. We want those elections to be honest. I've also ordered DHS to notify every state about non-citizens on their voter rolls and direct them to remove all ineligible voters from the lists immediately. But most importantly, addressing this crisis of election security demands that Congress must pass the Save America Act. How easy is that to do unless you want to cheat? The only reason you wouldn't do it is you want to cheat because your policies are so bad and your candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected
If
any
you
other
ain't
way.
guilty, let me
This
search your
landmark
car.
bill requires that all voters must show photo, voter ID. How simple is that? Could I have your photo, please? Photo, voter ID. All voters must provide proof of citizenship. Are you a citizen of our country, please? And hopefully there will be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many other places, mail-in ballots are inherently corrupt. So you would have no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel if you're going away on business or vacation. These reforms are urgently needed to stop the vulnerabilities that I've mentioned. To all Americans, I ask you to pick up your phone tomorrow, call your representatives in the House and Senate, and demand that they pass the Save America Act without delay. Together, we will restore faith and confidence in our country, and we will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our great military. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
All right, and I do already have pulled up what the White House has given us on whitehouse.gov. Welcome to the golden age. I do not want to join now. Thank you. Where's the X on that? Oh, you suckers.
When you open the page itself, you'll see a pop-up. So if you back out and then come back into it, the pop-up for the downloads actually happen. It should be a pop-up. I don't know why.
Bro.
Yeah.
All right, now where do I need to go from
Oh,
here?
no. Okay, you hit the wrong link. Go back again.
Go back again.
And then hit whitehouse.gov. As soon as you hit the White House, there it is. View documents.
View documents. That's the same damn place we just went.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
Hey, Joe, man, is it really out of the realm of possibility for you that these China and them are doing all this just
No,
because
I'm
you want to be like,
absolutely
oh,
sure
Trump,
of it. The
Trump,
answer is
Trump.
I'm sure they're doing it. That's the answer. I know they're doing it. I've been hearing that they've been doing it all of this time, right? They've
Oh,
always
okay. I
say
thought you
China's
meant
been
like
attacking
when
us.
you were laughing earlier. I thought you were like, oh, Trump full of crap.
Oh,
All
he
right.
is full of crap. Everything he's doing is just used to his own advantage. A lot of my snickering would be just the way he's using shit. He's just it was so
I get it
greasy.
now. But you did have me laughing though. You had me chuckling.
Play. So we got election integrity, ensuring the integrity of our elections, blah, 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 following 2020, blah, blah, blah. Vulnerabilities in electronic voting and ballot counting systems. All right. That looks like a hyperlink. We'll give it. Nope, it is not. I cannot. China's acquisition and exploitation. I also cannot click this.
No, you are clicking it. What it's doing is when you click it, it actually downloaded it.
Oh,
yeah.
Where's
I'm
it?
actually over here doing it right now as well. So yeah, when you go, you hit the.
Okay. Here, okay. I
document.
see. Here it is. It just popped it up low. I see what happened. So
No, that's not it.
This isn't vulnerabilities in electronic voting and ballot counting system.
When you clicked those, when you go back up to the top.
Yeah. Those things.
Those are summaries. The four there, right? Those are actually files that you're downloading to your computer when you click.
Where did that happen at?
Yeah, you probably didn't see
Oh,
it.
I see it. Recent download history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been over here working on it right now. The same thing, right?
Can you guys see what I'm right now? Jesus fucking Christ.
Right. Holy redaction.
We got we got Clay on
Holy
IT.
redaction, Batman. That's all I can say, bro. I'm already over here looking at this shit. So yeah, you download it, and it's just clicking each button. And there's 4 files. Okay, they come in a compressed file, so you actually have to pull.
What the fuck? You released what? You released 23 words of non sequiturness.
Yeah, holy fucking redaction, Batman. For real.
Hold on. I'll pull up the thing. The actual. This is what we're looking at here, folks.
The China one is fucking hilarious.
This is
bro.
his huge.
That's the China one. Yeah, bro. Oh my god.
Look at this. So in the first page, we get to see analysis on U.S. voter registration information from 18.
Wow, it gets
Plans to
worse.
conduct the U.S. personal matching and public opinion analysis. All this redacted, declassified by counsel to the president, warring on the 10th of July, 2026. And then the next page says the PCR, and then a bunch of black, and then analysis on black, U.S. voter registration data from 18 states, black. It's obtained from the black voter registration records from the black midterm elections, black.
Redacted.
Yeah,
Redacted.
like, you could not make any rhyme or reason out of anything that you pulled out of this. This is like the fucking Mad Libs fills you in.
It's like the Epstein files.
That was horrible. That was just.
in the world.
Why
Release
even put
all the
that up there?
information.
Why embarrass yourself like that and put that up there? I don't even know.
I got my ballot in the mail.
Well, that was worth the time.
Our favorite slave masters here.
Yeah, don't get them started on that again.
Yeah, and remember, no more fucking TOS.
Yeah, we already had the TOS once for that, something like that. Like that. Yeah.
Yep.
P's and Q's, folks. P's and Q's.
I mean,
but
he
yeah,
did
no,
say
that
that
was
there's
the-
going to be like 4 drops. So this is just the first drop. Do you think that anything's going to be
There are
different
4.
than the others?
No, there are 4.
Oh, I
There
thought
are
it was 4 phases.
No, there's 4.
No, it was 4.
Oh,
it
so
was
it's only 4 files. Oh, all right.
4
So
files.
it was the non-citizens on state voter rolls. Well, we can look at that one.
Yeah, let's look at another one. Yeah.
All right, non-citizens
The
on state
Michigan
voter
one's
rolls.
still transferring for me, by the way. So I don't know how much is in there, but the rest of them are pretty easy to pull.
I don't know if mine's still downloading. There it goes. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want alien voter registration summary or the voter registration database threat? Alien.
No, I
voter-
don't want a threat. We know there's a
We
threat.
want
That
the,
means
we want
nothing.
the alien voter registration summary.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you guys see this? No, you can't.
No.
Okay. Alien voter registration summary. Preventing alien voting. National security investigations. The Department of Homeland Security has initiated multiple investigations related to allegations of non-citizen voting and registration. Review of the first set of public voter files from states that have not utilized the SAVE system revealed over 250,000 non-citizens. Dude, this looks like shit for like when the Jesus people leave the stuff in the toilets and the truck stop.
Right, I know, right? With the headlines like that,
Over 250,000 non-citizens are illegally registered to vote in just the 4 states for which public data files have been reviewed. State election officials in California, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Nevada have been notified of this serious threat to national security, and DHS stands ready to support their efforts to identify and remove ineligible registrants. The investigation is expanding to include multiple additional states. In addition, DHS will support the Department of Justice's review of voter files obtained pursuant to their enforcement authority under the National Voter Registration Act of 1993 and help the America Vote Act of 2002. States that protect federal elections. Numerous proactive, conscientious states officials have successfully utilized free services offered by the Department of Homeland Security to assist election officials in identifying non-citizens who have registered or voted in their states. In the short time that the enhanced SAVE system has been available to states, 10 have states processed their full voter ID. That was bad wording. As of July 22nd, 2026, a total of 25 different states processed more than 68 million registrants through records through the SAVE system. The DHS has enabled those states to identify over 400,000 deceased registrants and 28,000 non-citizens who illegally registered to vote, as demonstrated by the sample data to the right. And we'll go through that after I read this paragraph. As demonstrated by the sample data to the right, those states are serious about ensuring that the U.S. citizens vote in U.S. elections. DHS applauds their efforts to prevent non-citizens from registering and to remove ineligible registrants who unlawfully register. And I'm sorry, but he said that he was releasing classified files, and this is definitely propaganda. That's trying to push a narrative. And so the proactive state users are Georgia, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, North Carolina, Idaho, Alabama, Missouri, Louisiana, and Kansas. And according to this, Georgia had 42,776 deceased citizens, 2,549 non-citizens who were registered to vote. Ohio, 59,774 deceased, 769 non-citizens. Tennessee, 37,850 deceased, non-citizens, 1,009. Texas, 111,573 deceased, 2,296 non-citizens. North Carolina, 34,622 deceased, non-citizens, 1,599. Idaho, 4,328 deceased, non-citizens, 49. Alabama, deceased 33,165, non-citizens 465. Missouri 10,660, non-citizens 1,112. Louisiana 15,231 deceased, 419 non-citizens. Kansas 10,197 deceased, 449 non-citizens.
Those are probably all the biggest numbers. So 400,000 sounds.
Well, it says that that's the states that have agreed to this program, and this is what they found in those states so far. So then, let me finish it. There's only two more little paragraphs. Several other proactive state officials have also signed a memoranda of agreement with the USCIS to utilize the SAVE Act and have processed portions of their state voter rolls. Unfortunately, due to the actions of the activist Judge Sparkle like many of this service of the USCIS has been suspended pending approval. As a result, U.S. citizens are at risk of having their vote diluted by ineligible alien voters. Unambiguous contrast. There is an undeniable pattern emerging as DHS begins to unravel the horrific damage done by the open ported
This nigga's horrible.
of the Biden administration. States that have adopted alien first policies instead of American first policies have a disproportionate number of non-citizens on their voter rolls. I cannot believe that our intelligence agencies
came up with this. Right?
We're hiding this piece of paper from the American public.
Yeah, it's a memo. It's a memo. And on top of that, I don't know if you noticed those states that it listed, they're all red states.
Oh God.
Wow. And that's interesting. And if those are the high ones, I'm assuming he would put forth the high numbers, or the ones he was most interested in. There was 1,000 people per state, non-immigrants registered, which I couldn't give a fuck less about, and certainly I wouldn't be
Like
ringing no
28,000
bells.
total, it said.
It was 10.
Yep.
Well, according to that, the math,
Dude,
the ones
no
they
matter
showed, I
what
came up with
anybody says,
10,000 total.
Right,
that
the
was
big
not
number.
that was not a motherfucking declassified document.
No,
Get
that was a
the
memo.
fuck out of here.
That was
Yeah,
a
that was
propagandized memo.
propaganda
But
memo
the
from
28,000
them.
was the big figure that they gave us in the paragraph.
Those
But
figures
Clay,
didn't add
you
up,
got to
though.
remember, you just said it was red states. That was all red states, but the blue states won't give up any information, period. These sanctuary cities and stuff like that. So that's why I believe that the Democrats are way more full of shit than Trump, because they go out of their way hard.
I mean, when the feds come in knocking on the door, you say, I'm not going to give it up. What do?
They haven't given nothing up. I commend their
They've taken it.
tenacity.
The
They haven't
feds
given
done
shit
came
up.
in and no, they haven't
take
given
it.
up willingly, but
The
the
answer
feds
is they
have
take
came
it.
in and taken shit.
Oh,
Several
have
times.
they?
Yeah.
Who are you
Oh,
talking
all right, because I was like, bro, they ain't getting nothing up.
I'm not 100% to Ethan Moon. I think maybe Clay voted for Trump, maybe, and maybe Rocky, but I don't think.
I'm not voting for them fuckers. No. Fuck no.
Yeah, like basically none of the panel voted for, maybe like one or two, but
I
for the
didn't
most
vote for
part,
Trump.
we
I didn't vote for Biden. I didn't vote Obama. Fucking
I mean, I
Bush.
support Trump. I didn't vote though. I didn't get a chance to, but I do support Trump. I mean, I took the lesser of two evils in my support, because I definitely didn't support Biden, and I definitely wasn't giving cackling Kamala any
You
love.
didn't take the lesser of two evils. You like Trump. That's the truth. He stands for the things that you believe in.
I like that he was a businessman.
Joe's dying to get a hard righty or a hard lefty to stand up.
But that's the truth, though, man. I support Trump. It was just a lesser of two evils. No, you're glad he's kicking out immigrants, and you love that he's.
Listen, I've never denied any of that. I've never denied
hold
any
on
of that.
1 second, guys. Rocky, don't dox your mail out to people. They'll see your address. Don't
Yeah,
dox
don't
your
do
mail.
that. No doxing, even for yourself. Yep. Now, this is my question: have we seen an or declassified document yet?
Well, so far we might have, but we have no
I saw a
idea
bunch
what
of
that
black
person
lines.
was. Right? It could be my grandmama's bacon recipe for all I know. I don't know what that was.
There's a memo.
Dude,
Right, I'd have been more convinced with like an apple pie recipe being there than that.
That wouldn't have even made a good ad libs. Like, Jesus. 90% of it was fucking blacked out. What do you mean you classified it and showed it to us?
And the rest of it was not in a row, so you still can't make sense of it.
Yeah.
There's a few words there's some more black.
Like basically the first so many words that I read were just the words that I read in the headline. I'm like, so it's just stuff from the headline that's not declassified, like those exact words.
That's why I say he's so evil. He's the type of guy that will release a document like that. So in his statement, he can say, I'm going to release classified documents and not have lied. And everybody who don't know one pay attention, and everybody's going to repeat what he said. It must have happened. He released the document.
Dude, there was not that much redacted in the JFK files, man.
I know, right? Moon landed.
I was kind of disappointed with the JFK files. I thought we were gonna get some bombshell shit. I was like, hell yeah, release that shit.
That to draw away attention, and then also there's like the whole reason that there's that 40-year law there, because it's 40 years after those after these events that you can do FOIA these things out like that.
Right.
You can even ask for it. And the reason it's 40 years is because the active power people are usually dead. And so you can't hold anybody liable anyways.
Right.
Like, so if some of them people are still kicking, which there's like dudes like freaking Kissinger that get a heart transplant like every couple of years, he's like, bring another young brown boy and give me his heart. Like, you know, like where's this guy?
Wow. I
know.
wouldn't be surprised if they get down like that, though.
Dude, straight up, like fucking how are you gonna get this many fucking heart transplants, bro? Like you make it to the head of the list every time. Like where are you sniping hearts from? Fucking you weirdo.
He went over to Africa to the Obubu tribe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're taking hearts from people somewhere,
Oh,
dude.
on your driver's license. You put a donor, and they can.
Yeah,
say
but
what they
why
do.
is he the first at the head of the list every
Yeah.
time? That's a very limited.
You can buy because you can buy organs from hospitals.
Why
you
do
can
you
buy
know
it.
this, Rocky?
I researched
Which
when
one?
they check when they,
I don't think you want an
asking
answer
for-
to that
I'm
question.
I'm asking
Were
for
you
a
trying
friend,
to buy
Rocky.
people's
I
organs also?
researched it.
Which hospitals, Rocky? I'm asking for a
He
friend.
needed
All
a
hospitals,
liver for
if you
his
put on your-
slave.
If you got a
Yeah.
heart on your driver's license,
Basically, like hurts one of their kidneys or something, he can replace it.
You know how hard it is not to crack a joke that I want to on him with this transplant stuff? We all let me say it in an indirect way. We all know what I can't say about Rocky, and that's where they're getting the hearts.
Wow, he want to call
Yeah.
you hard on,
no,
Rocky.
no,
That's
no.
crazy.
What they do is if you on your license you get that heart, they look for that when you get in a car accident. If you get a head injury, what they've changed the definition of death from your heart stopping to being brain dead. So if you get a brain injury and go into a coma, they'll put you in a coma just so they can do it. But a coma means you're brain dead. But people come out of coma and you're not dead yet. But that's why they changed the definition.
I don't think that's the point Balderson's making. He's saying, why is he on the top of the list all the time?
Shut the fuck up and stop interrupting me, you fucking punk ass bitch. Now listen, this is real. That's where they get it. And then they charge you for being in the hospital. They charge your family for being in the hospital, and then they sell the organs on the market, open market.
Simmer it down a few notches, though, Rocky. You don't need to jump right to that. You could maybe like just ask him to not interrupt you while you're talking or let you finish.
Okay.
He's all right, Balderson. I was being a bit of a dick.
Well, you were, and I didn't say that he shouldn't have said something to you, but to jump right to that, we do try to have a little more reasonable panels here, Rocky, as long as we don't got you on there talking about owning people and shit like that.
Biblical. That's a biblical.
You want to see some more redactions?
We got it, bro.
Yeah, you want to see more redactions? Go to the go to the NICM China one, and it's in the. Let me see which file it's in. The vulnerable in electronics.
Oh, I can't wait to see a bunch of black lines.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chinese acquisition and exploitation in that file. Do you know which one is?
The vulnerable file and then NICM China.
Okay, I got the vulnerable file open. Vulnerabilities in electronic voting. Do I need to open that one then? Yep. Okay. And I see China steps to influence election. Is that what I'm looking for?
Yep.
Okay. Windows cannot complete the extraction. The destination path is too long.
I'll tell you what. I'll bring it up for you. That way, you can just kind of let me see. That way, because you got to extract it with these big files. They put all of it into a zip file. Share screen. Window. Do that right there. Boom. There you go.
Here you are.
So you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, there's actual words.
Yeah. So I'll read it. Since it's small for you. National Intelligence Council memorandum. This is a memo, not a document. Alternative analysis.
Not a classified document that he's released for the public for the first time.
Yeah. 16th October 2020. By the way, making the case that China has taken some steps to influence the presidential election. Scope note: this memorandum was prepared by the National Intelligence Officer for cyber and the director election threat analysis. It offers an alternative perspective to the IC's assessment that China has not attempted to influence the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. It was provided to the IC for comment before publication, but is not an IC coordinated memorandum. The NIO for cyber and
that block is fucking not complete.
yeah. Well, this is the funny part about it, right? So yeah, I mean, like, I'm already like starting to get some redactions. The NIO for cyber, that's probably like the name of whoever it is. The NIO for cyber and the director for election threat analysis, DETA, assesses that Beijing has taken at least some low-level exploratory steps to undermine the president's re-election chances by denigrating him and shaping voter perceptions. Their assessment differs from the IC's judgment that Beijing has considered but not deployed influence efforts to affect the presidential election. The NIO and DETA assess that Beijing's efforts probably have included overt messaging, nascent online covert influence capabilities, diplomatic measures, and the use of economic leverage. They assess that these efforts probably have not included the use of Beijing's most aggressive options for influence or interfering in the election block, because Beijing wants to minimize the risk of blowback and hopes to stabilize the relationships after the election. The NIO and DETA have low to medium confidence in these assessments because
low to medium confidence.
Much of the available reporting would be consistent with either the mainline or alternative view because it's somebody else's viewpoint. I see mainline judgments. the IC including the NIO for East Asia and other NIC officers, assesses Beijing has not deployed influence efforts intended to change the outcome of the U.S. presidential election. Block. The block that Chinese leaders desires stability in the U.S.-China relationship, and believe that they have a range of tools that can achieve their goals regardless of who wins the election. The IC also assesses block that the election of either candidate will present opportunities and challenges for China, probably informs their risk calculus against influencing the election. The IC assesses that Beijing prefers to respond to U.S. actions with restraint to show resolve and preserve the ability to repair relations after the election. Big
Big
giant block.
Wait. So far, I got one sentence. So far, he said they did find interference and they explained it. It was they degraded him. So that was interference.
And then they said that their confidence in this information is low to medium.
Yeah, because it's somebody else's view.
And they said, we do believe that they do have more serious shit they can use, but we don't even think they use it. They'd rather keep relations good. So far, that is my assessment of what I've heard.
With a big block on whatever that information was.
Yeah.
It is nice to see a large power fearing blowback, though.
Yeah.
Well, there's another large block coming.
Yeah,
like we can't even have one singular word out of that block. There's not even like one innocuous word that's like and or something.
Shit. This, by the way, this memorandum was prepared by the National Intelligence Officer for Cyber and the Director Election Threat Analysis. Questions may be directed to the NIO. So if you have any questions, contact your NIO. Classified by blank, you'll never know. Derived from blank, you'll never know. Declassified on blank, you'll never know. Blank in blank 2019 blank assessed that hostile forces could fabricate claims that Beijing was interfering in the election to demonize China, and that no matter who won the election, Washington's hardline policies against Beijing were unlikely to change. Blank, Chinese, blank, noted that Beijing should avoid giving Washington any pretext to scapegoat China and to claim that it was interfering in the election. Blank, in blank, 2020, blank, also says, despite the president's attempt to blame China to divert attention from the pandemic and his electoral prospects, that managing tensions without causing irreparable damage to bilateral relations over the next 6 months remained in China's interest. Blank. Chinese leaders may have decided that there is little point to taking the risk of an influence because they believe their preferred outcome is probable. As early as blank this year, Chinese blank assessed that the pandemic and economic downturn had diminished the president's re-election prospects, and since then Beijing has been planning for either electoral outcome and conducting outreach to both candidates and their campaigns. Blank, the IC has seen no indication, that Beijing is engaged in any effort to influence the outcome of the presidential election, nor has it observed activity that it assesses likely the result of such an effort. Beijing, while we have seen Beijing develop other options that could be used to influence the election, we have not seen these capabilities.
They haven't done nothing, but we're sure they can.
Yes. Blank, claimed, we have no idea who this person or organization, whoever the frick it is, claimed that China had not interfered with the U.S. election and recommended that China speak and act circumspectly when faced with U.S. assertions about Chinese and Russian interference. Blank,
Yeah, of course there's blanks there, right?
Blank, to prevent the U.S. president's re-election by expressing his base. Blank. Big blank. We don't know. We have no fucking clue what they're saying.
Actually, I do have a clue. It'll be somebody may saying something very embarrassing about Trump. That it won't be nothing heavy. It is just someone here, that fat piece of shit. I hope he loses and he's embarrassed and he blanked it out. I guarantee you that type of shit is what's being blanked out.
This is some declassified documents here, so gotta totally
his
respect the
his
blank.
people put it together. That's they're the ones who did it. And he
I
ain't gonna
feel
let
like they
nothing
just said the
negative out
same
against
shit
him.
over and over again.
He did. This is the same shit they
This
said
is
on
the same
top.
shit from the
Yeah.
previous page.
It's like every paragraph is just said the same shit said differently.
This is
They made fun of me. That's all
it's the
he
fucking
said.
definition of propaganda, dude. All of
Yeah.
this is just the definition of propaganda.
Yeah, this
And he's
NIO.
pretending like he's released massive secrets to the fucking public so we could see some real.
I mean, like all I've heard Clay say is blankety blank. Trump's feelings are hurt. Blankety blank. They said some mean shit. Blankety
Shit about
blank.
me.
Big blank. We can't tell you what they said, but blankety
Right.
blank.
Who
He's pissed.
said it?
Okay, and alternative perspective indicators of influence efforts. Blank, the NIO, whoever the hell that is, by the way, I just don't know who
The guys
NIO
who put
is.
this
Never looked
together.
that up.
whoever they are.
Yeah, DETA agreed with the large majority of the IC's judgment about China and their calculus and approach to the election. They assess, however, I got to get rid of that. That's a public safety alert coming in. I'm trying to get rid of it. Okay, there we go.
We
They
already
assess,
got enough
however-
rid of. Stop trying to blankety blanket.
They assess, however, that the IC's judgment that no element of the Chinese government has taken any steps to influence the presidential election. Blank!
He's telling us more they have not done shit than actually done shit so far.
Yeah, at least through the summer, they also have less confidence than the rest of the IC that China's preparation for blank influence efforts were not carried out blank, given contradictory reporting blank, blank. I have no idea. Why would they?
The words that you're saying in between these blanks don't make it sound good. It makes it sound like, once again, there's a lot of low confidence in this information.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't, and we don't even think they do it. You know,
And
they keep going back to that.
This is your propaganda memo, and that's you have shit
Yes,
like
this is your heat. This would be your heat. Yes.
These blanks right here down at the bottom that are redacted, not fully released at all in any way.
Go for it, Adam. No problem.
Those are going to be reference material.
I'm a bad guy.
You know, so hey, if it's reference material, we definitely need to blank that out. Blank again. NIC, National Intelligence Council. Okay, the NIO assess blank over the summer. They just assess over the summer, by the way. I don't know if you realize that. Private sector, it's like a bunch of blanks in there. Private sector and open source reporting on influence activities already underway suggests that the Chinese government has been engaging in at least some level of
suggest
targeting U.S. voters and candidates. I mean, it's
by making fun of Trump. That's what you bet they repeat that. That's how they fuck with the vote.
Now, here's the kicker: with the knowledge that their activities could have an effect on the election outcome, right? See, they're aware.
So now you're ascribing intent.
Yeah, intent. There it is. Mens rea. Yeah. Blank. Beijing began taking unspecified steps around blank 2020 to damage the U.S. president's re-election.
What the fuck do you mean unspecified? This is the documents that's supposed to specify.
What the fuck? We don't really know. Can't be very specific.
But they did some shit. We're sure of it. There's some things suggest that they did some stuff. We can't specify.
Re-election campaign in response to U.S. pressure on China's blank technology sector, not just any technology sector, but the blank technology sector. Blankety blank. Planning discussions among blankety blank.
Is For the Win hiding? I can't even see the chat. Is he hiding right now?
Oh shit! Officials to respond after the blank. By the way, officials to respond. U.S. pressure were taking.
Thanks, brother.
By taking place at increased frequency, and the senior leaders expected China's semiconductor industry would continue to be damaged if the U.S. president were reelected. Unspecified Chinese government officials blankety blank.
See, they said something bad about him. If he's elected, it was.
Some people did, man. We don't know. We can't specify who it, but there was
pretty
definitely
sure they were Chinese.
Yeah, they didn't like Trump.
They had the slanty eyes, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I can't tell them fucking Chinese apart.
They all look alike.
It's a problem that the fucking ambassadors fucking send us the fucking intelligence, and it just says, yeah, short guy, black hair, yellowish skin.
Their claim is that he said if Trump is elected, it's gonna be bad for our computer industry, our silicon chip industry.
Have names.
Sounds like absolute evil sinistry. In order for them to say that about him, if Trump's elected, it's gonna fuck with our chip business.
Yeah, that's not just geopolitics being discussed. That's nefariousness.
Nefarious, absolute nefarious is just sin. Yeah.
Holy fuck. This is I've read some shitty declassified documents. I'm a conspiracy theorist type guy. I read the declassified documents on Hitler that were pretty wild. Right. This is insane. This is just dumb.
Unspecified. And this is literally
dumb.
Unspecified Chinese government official blank that blank Chinese blank expected relief from the sanctions.
Them fuckers.
If as a result of their efforts, U.S. resolve weakened or a candidate from a named U.S. political party were elected instead of the president being reelected.
Oh boy, this one's
blank
going to give us a lot of information.
blank 2020, the blank big blank, by the way, recommended that China collected derogatory black materials. Ooh, black materials.
Joe?
No, we're not going there. Black blank and blank official which the blank recommended China sensationalize at the appropriate time. Blank blank.
They called me names again.
Yeah. blank. He was orange. blank. That was actually added. I just added that. I was not actually reading that he was.
I'm actually writing a book. It's going to be like 1,000 pages, but a lot of it's going to be redacted, so there's only going to be like 2 or 3 pages.
For your own safety. We're going to redact all of this novel.
It's for your convenience.
And you're going to call the book "The Meaning of Life," and then you're going to open it up.
Yep, the theory.
Right, blankety blank. Therefore, blank.
The true meaning of life is given to me by God Himself on high.
Right, personally.
Okay, so this is interesting because the U down here looks just like the U up here, like right here. In this, I don't know if you see that U in parentheses is the same U, I would imagine. I have no idea what this means, but I'm going to guess it has something to do with this U.
Right. Like an appendix type thing or a attachment, a
reference
thing. Not appendix.
Look, hey, here's a U. There's a bunch of U's. Why is it all about you?
I wonder if it's not all referencing the same source as where this shit came from.
Gotta be right. Here's the thing. It says IC terminology, right? So it's literally about the same shit. I have no idea what the blank is, but it's essentially an IC terminology or something about a reference.
He released a document that said, "We believe the Chinese pose no threat outside of calling you names," and he goes on TV to tout it like it's some secret shit.
Orange, quit looking like a fucking 90s stripper named Tiffany.
Wasn't TikTok owned by China?
Yeah.
And then the Chinese, they weren't allowed to watch it, but it was only in America they let TikTok. But
I think that was propaganda.
They watch a different version.
Dude, what it was that fucking because it was owned by China, fucking all the things happening in Palestine were getting aired on TikTok. And fucking they couldn't handle that shit because that's mostly what drove the current anti-Israel sentiment. And now fucking the TikTok that is being allowed now again because it's owned by a giant Israel supporter. Fucking so
one of Trump's buddies, by the way.
Yeah, and one of Trump's buddies.
Okay, so this is apparently some type of definition. That's what I'm guessing. So IC terminology, that would be definition, right? Because it's got the colon here.
Yeah.
Yeah, election influence.
What these mysterious terms are, which are probably all in black.
Yeah, the black, it says election influence is, I'm guessing the term we're defining here. It says election influence includes overt and covert influence, activities of foreign governments or actors serving as agents of or on behalf of foreign governments intended to affect directly or indirectly a U.S. election, including
that's very vague.
Yeah, including candidates, political parties, voters, or their preferences, or political processes. That's what election influence is. So you, as a voter, or your preference or political process is an election influence, according to this.
That's making TikToks and Lego movies about him is now considered political interference or whatever he's calling it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything
if you make a fucking video of him eating a bag of Cheetos and then rubbing his face, that is election interference.
Teletubbies are election influence, yes. And election actually it has a definition for election interference.
Especially if you're Chinese.
Election interference is a subset of election influence targeted at the technical aspects of the election, including voter registration, casting and counting of ballots, and reporting of results. So counting ballots, reporting the results, casting your ballot, voter registration, technical aspects, all of that is election interference according to this.
Right, but not just making fun of the president.
Right. So like you cast your vote, right? Guess what? You just interfered with an election. According to this, that's literally the terminology. You interfered.
What do you
Definitely
think?
gonna
What do
sway
you
it.
think?
Supposedly, I don't believe in elections, but supposedly you're going to sway it when you cast a vote for sure.
I mean, yeah, that's they're
And
not
I
wrong.
think he's saying that even making memes and shit or some shit directing at vote casting can be counted as interference.
So does this mean that we're legally interfering in elections if we're voting or if we're registering to vote? Is it legal interference?
I think if we're criticizing the vote casting process, it's
I'm
legal
waiting
under
for the
that.
smoking gun because so far it's been one of them fucking little kids' darts that stick on the fridge.
Has anyone asked AI to make a summary of this?
I'm gonna probably read
So
this last.
actually, we're just reading it at verbatim. We're reading it word for word, Rocky.
Yeah,
for ourselves.
CNN was tearing it apart earlier, saying,
Trump
Trump
told us that this was a smoking gun, and we were getting to see with our own eyes declassified information
that showed interference with the 2020 election. We ain't seen none of that shit.
Now here's the question. Like, I mean, we've read enough of this.
I haven't even smelled fucking smoke or some wood getting hot yet, much less seen a fire.
And you lead with your good shit every time. You lead with your good shit.
This is probably, especially considering these are like supposed to be the smoking gun documents of all of the documents. I mean, he literally referenced China more than any other thing in here. So I would imagine I would find
and this is the China shit. Yeah.
Right. And here's the thing, folks, especially for those of you that don't know us. In this group of people talking right now, the gentleman reading it is a First Amender and goes through government documents consistently. Joe is also a First Amender that goes through government documents consistently.
And I hard because of that.
Yeah, and I have went through government documents fairly consistently, so we kind of know what to expect and what we're looking at. And fucking this is just absolute. There's nothing in here that the gun is not only not smoking, the gun is rusty and in a field in the ground somewhere.
This is a pop gun.
I like to use my free speech. I like to use my free speech.
You use your free speech, Rocky.
But be careful when you do
I
that.
just say you guys study it, but I like to use mine.
Well, that's fine. Use it without doing TOS though, brother.
So I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, I could go on, but we could actually talk about more like
you could kill this anyway unless we
scroll down and let's see how much more
let's at least look at it to see what the reactions here, reactions here. Look, more reactions, folks. Redact. Hey, you know, the biggest thing we can do is just understand that the government doesn't need to tell us anything.
What the fuck is this right here? What the fuck is this right here?
Okay, let's get into this.
Somebody pretending that this is in a classified document. Are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah. Check. This is a
comparison on Chinese.
I gotta put my glasses on for this. Jesus.
Okay. I will go through the table here, like, because I don't even at this point,
this is really bad.
I want to see something, but I'm not seeing anything. At least let's get into the table a little bit. Let's see. Blank, the NIO for cyber and the director for election threat analysis, assess that Beijing has taken at least some low-level exploratory steps to try to undermine the president's re-election chances by denigrating him. It's just
exploratory low level. Where's the big shit?
You sent out the scouts, but you didn't actually send the army.
Where's the big shit?
Yeah, I mean, here's something. This is the craziest part. So this is supposed to be some type of table, right? So China has broad influence efforts in the United States diplomatic business media. IC judgment, check mark. Minority assessment, check mark. Oh, okay. So China put stuff out on media.
Out where a check mark is. Like what else would have been in that?
Bro,
box? Like it's just a check mark. And you blacked
Probable
it out.
preference for Trump's defeat, check mark on both. But there's some type of
Probable preference, not even definite preference. Yeah, they were probably anti-Trump, probably.
yeah. China doesn't like Trump. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like they
Probably,
don't like his business
probably
model.
not
They
definitively.
probably have a preference. 50-50.
Probably not definitively, but probably.
And let's be clear now.
Check.
This is diplomatic business and media. Right? This is kind of the thing right here. So I would assume that some of that may have some influence into whether they prefer his defeat or not.
Right.
Like what are we doing here? Considered an influence effort aimed at the president's election. Check mark. Prepared
Two green checks again.
Prepared options for influence effort in president's election. Check mark. Wait a minute. Prepared options for influence effort in. So you mean that they were like prepared to do something in case Trump got elected?
Yeah, but nothing happened.
Don't say it isn't so.
Yeah, prepared and fucking executed are two different things.
Right. Or like prepared to do what specifically?
Yeah. Like this is all conspiracy shit, dude.
Yeah. I mean, and that's bad coming from you, Ben. Holy shit.
And it's
That's
even
what I'm
saying
I'm a king in the conspiracy community. I'm an OG.
it's not even conspiracy of a big claim. It is a conspiracy that they may have tried a low level thing. They don't even conspire the big shit.
We're a
This
little
is
bit worried, but
low-level
we're a lot of bit
conspiracy.
worried.
As a
Concerns
conspiracy
about
theorist
risk
guy,
versus-
I would not come with this case and present it.
Oh hell no, I'm not bringing this to a judge. I'm just not on defense, not on offense. I don't want this document in here.
No.
We are gonna remove this from the case.
But it
altogether.
has check mark. It has green check marks. What do you mean? It's great.
Concerns about risk versus gain in any influence effort, particularly blowback if discovered. Check mark. Yeah, they're pretty sure about that, but they're not going to tell you why because they got black right there. Redactions.
What did you even have written in the check mark area? Why it's a check mark area? Why did you need a black thing?
Bro, it's wild. Prepared for victory by either Trump or they're prepared for either person to win.
Imagine a country was prepared for when either person wins. What would happen? Blah
What
blah
the
blah.
fuck
Imagine that.
That's a revelation. That the smoking gun.
How
And it's
dare they?
Hey, it could be heads, it could be tails. We don't know, but we're prepared.
Right.
Oh, shit.
How dare they?
Avoided a whole government influence effort and any interference with U.S. election system. Guess what that is? Green check. They avoided it too, by the way.
What the fuck? Does that literally say they did not do it?
They avoided a whole
Avoided
government
a
influence
whole of
effort
government.
or any interference.
Right.
Check,
as the
check.
government as a whole,
Right.
China did not influence.
So the Chinese government did
What
not.
the
Maybe
fuck?
influencers and shit were shitting
What
on them,
the
but apparently the
fuck?
government themselves.
What the fuck? And that's got two green check marks. What the
Right.
fuck? What? This is the least smoking of
Got
smoking
less
gun.
smoky, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he
this
did
gun-
do it, but we're gonna say he did it anyway.
this gun is a prop gun from
There is a
fucking-
bang.
from fucking-
With a flag pop out, they go
Yeah.
bang.
Intends public and diplomatic actions to undercut Trump's election. By the way, the IC's judgment here is an X.
Yes,
The minority assessment is a check.
that is interesting. The
couple
IC
people
is
thought maybe
probably
that was
biased.
And then the last one, undertaken a few covert influence efforts to undermine Trump's reelection. X on the IC's judgment, by the way. And minority says yes. It's a
So
check.
those actual last three things are the actual most important things in this entire thing, right? This one is the first one Clay read, the third one up, that says, did they interfere with the government? No, they did not. Green check, green check. They both agreed that didn't happen. They did not interfere with the government. That fucking what's the next one, Clay?
Intends public and diplomatic actions to undercut Trump in elections.
So that means they are going to actually take action besides just talking shit about Trump. And fucking these guys say no, they're not going to do it.
Right.
And then the minority, which is just a couple people, like that could be one dude being like, yeah, no, they're really going to do it.
Yeah,
And then the next, and then the next one was what again?
The next one is undertaking a few covert influence efforts to undermine Trump's reelection.
So that's actually did it. That's
right.
Actually did it, and these guys are like, nah,
no.
But some dude in there was like, yeah, they did.
Yes.
That is your smoking motherfucking gun. That is your smoking
that's
gun.
exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what these last three are. These last three are saying, guess what? By the way, we actually don't find election interference and and all that stuff. So, like, hey, what are we gonna do here? We're just gonna say, yeah. We need a tits man on the panel.
They say CNN was saying those numbers he was talking about were when they buy your information on the open market, like everybody does. All these companies buy your information. That's the shit that they was talking about. He's like, everybody has your information. Yes, there's a leak every other week. Somebody gets 20 million people's information. He's talking about that and using it as numbers.
Was that the end of it, Clay?
Yeah, so that was number 7. Just so you know that there's apparently going to be a reference down here.
That is the smoking gun. We have sniff test this smoking gun, and this gun has never been fired.
Yeah.
There it is.
Still on
as much as I want to continue to read it, I am not going to. You can go read the rest of it for yourselves, and then what you can do is you can come to your own conclusion. And hey, you know what? Come up on the panel. Let us know your
I'm
thoughts.
sure he saved the best evidence and buried it at the very end somewhere.
You sir cannot come up on the panel.
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot. And then also, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, there's Ben's Cash App. You can super chat. Spin certainly. He would appreciate anything you can send. We are obviously funded by ourselves. We're not corporate or anything like that. So anything you can do is appreciated. Ben's a small farmer. Spin does news on his own without corporate media. We are all independent.
Ben shears llamas or something like that.
Anything you can do, appreciate it. But
Who was
here
in that report? Who's IC judgment? Who is IC?
Apparently, it's the intelligence community. There is a group of independent motherfuckers who try and put together and bridge the gap. I was reading up on it a second ago. Bridge the gap between them and somebody else. So I still don't know who the fuck they are.
It's the Intelligence Council, National Intelligence Council. And this is the memorandum. That's why it's called the NICM. This document is the NICM, and the IC is the Intelligence Council.
Yeah, they say they support the bidding of the National Intelligence Council. So whatever that means. Yeah.
So this is how this pans out.
Oh, okay. My man, I'm glad you showed me that.
Sharing.
Seeing everybody's nice and calm. He's just laying there. She's just chilling out. Nice and calm.
She's not really holding him down. Whoever the other person is, they're not really.
Yep. He's just keeping her company, basically.
Yeah. And I can see now. You can see better and shit if you do it that way. I could see why it's not really a deficit. It may take longer, but
yes. Watch this. This is called the blanket. So this is the blanket cut, and this whole thing is the softest hair. It's like chinchilla hair or something, dude. and look at it all holds together, and you can just roll the whole fucking thing off of.
Right.
And you can see, like, while I'm doing it, that I'm actually feeling where their body is, so I can follow the contours. Of the
Right,
body.
right, yeah. And you getting in there, you looking in there, you can get in there. We had something similar, but not really, but similar. A competition we had when we would skin a rabbit. Who can get all the fur off in one piece? And we had got good. We could all do it in the end. In the beginning, it might be 50 pieces because we were little bitches pulling shit out of tufts. By the end, though, we pretty much had a coat, and then you pull it down over him and you chop the head off, and the entire fur casing has got the head wrapped in it. We got good, but yeah.
But
It is
yeah,
way
you
too hot for that shit, Rocky. You're making
Which-
me fucking sweat.
which you can see,
What?
you know, the alpacas, because of the way I'm doing it, the alpaca's perfectly chill. It's not kicking and fighting, or it's
I
just like,
saw that. I was pretty
What
like a dog laying there chilling.
What is that, Rocky Bear?
yeah, my dog's laying right there too, and
Yeah,
that's
I
why
saw
this guy Owen Benjamin, the movie star, who he got into alpacas, and he's like, and he saw a video of me shearing because he was trying to learn about it, and he saw a video of me doing it like that, and everybody else does it with the machines, and their alpacas
Right.
fight and buck and spit, and then he's like, "What the fuck's this guy doing? What the fuck is this guy doing?" And so then he went and started looking for my phone number, and that's how him and I became friends, is texting back and forth talking about farm shit.
Mm.
Is that Bear,
Oh.
Rocky?
No, this is a lamb.
Dude, if that was a bear, that'd be so badass.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit sissy that it's a lamb, and I'm just gonna say that. But
This is like
do your thing.
this is like a northern person would have for his like his collar.
No, I bet it's comfortable. I bet it's super comfortable.
It's warm as hell.
Yeah, what are you doing? You're like in Texas or something, bro. It's way too fucking hot for that
You
shit.
would actually wear it this way.
Oh, that's right. You're not in Texas. I forget. You're,
Yeah.
Inside.
you're somewhere else. I forget that.
This
Always
is
forget
rain.
that.
This is waterproof, and this is really warm. So
Hey, do you know who Bill reminds me of? All jokes aside, Sirs. Listen to the way he talks.
A little bit. A little bit.
yeah,
It's
I'm a
not
bear.
as bad, though. It's not as bad.
I'm gonna dress up as a bear and raid Benjamin's tribe, and he's gonna think we're bears.
So another assessment, just I
Well,
want to
if
make
it's
sure to
a
ask.
goat skin, though, it's not bear skin, so it'd be like a goat zerker. It's the goat zerker. He's going to eat everything in your farm and headbutt your wife.
Just to be sure, so everybody's on the same page, right? That was fully unredacted. That was declassified 100%. We got all the information we needed from that.
I think we
are
got.
sure positive of what the claims are that Trump
I
was
think we
making.
got all the information, but I wonder why all the information is somebody else's. All the information I need to know is that he's the type of motherfucker who will sit up there and say all this crazy shit and say, I got the shit that can back it up and have this. It's like I'm gonna release the Epstein files, and he gave those influence that bullshit. He just pulled another one of those.
Yeah, big announcement, by the way.
He held a giant press announcement, which also included, during his announcement, he pimped out his medical thing.
That's what it was about. That was a big reason.
Join Trump.child.
Oh, the America Act, Save America was what it was really about.
Child savings
Yeah,
thing. And
the
earlier,
Savings Act.
when Carolyn Levitt came out and made the big announcements, before she even said anything, she made sure to pimp out Walmart and pimp out the Trump child savings thing.
Bro,
So
yeah, that's weird.
Go to a Walmart near you where you'll get some savings thanks to trying to help the country. Go buy more garbage shit at Walmart. That's exactly what will help America.
By the way, Trump's kid has X amount of shares in it. Go ahead and help out.
Don't buy from your local market. Buy from Walmart.
All right, guys, I'm gassing out. I'm gonna get out of here, man.
All right, brother, man. This was
Later,
fun.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Later, Joe.
Later,
Cool.
Joe. He's like, none of you people will fight with me. You're all laughing with me at this stuff. I don't want to be here. You guys are all get along with me. I want to go find somebody that says that this is the smoking gun, and I can tell him what a fool he is for, and go, what kind of smoking gun?
Cameron, get up here and defend your boy Trump.
Yeah, Cameron.
My day one dog Trump? You talking about the man that did Operation Warp Speed? My goat? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
No,
Dude, I knew that fucking For the Win was bailing out of the chat too. Like, dude, that was, you can't, that did not pass the sniff test at all.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I really do wish that he would at least, like, if he's got something, just give it to us raw. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, that's all I'm asking for. If he's just gonna give us some bullshit, just tell us, hey man, it's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Give it to you. You know. I mean, I was expecting some real fucking, like, hey, this happened in this city this particular day, and it happened. We have evidence of it. Here it is.
Well, we have evidence that's low to medium reliability that they might have said something that was disparaging of Trump with no intention on actually doing anything about it or affecting the government in any way, and they did not. They
I mean,
just
you guys
like,
don't support King Trump. I mean, some people want to make a king. I think some people want to.
No, they just.
I haven't
say
gotten
that
my 30
before they
pieces
do.
of silver yet, so, you know, what are we doing here?
Dude, yeah,
I will say
what happened to the fucking tariff checks that everybody was getting? I have not seen the tariff checks.
I will say this too. The documents we read from, we didn't read from two of the other files. I know that the Michigan one, it's a big file. There's a lot of documents in that. So there might, it could be something in there. It might not be. I don't know. But, you know, the thing is, it is the Michigan file. So I will be going through that later to see if we can't find
Yeah,
something.
you know what? Fucking he might not have mandated it, but he also did not tell the general public that this was an experiment that they were doing, that in no way were these vaccines tested and actually have any kind of long-term testing. And so all the authorizations that were first given for those were all repealed because it turned out that they couldn't pass the long-term testing, but everybody got to be a guinea pig and get to hear the line safe and effective instead of the line, we're not 100% sure how this is going to pan out for you. So he did do that.
Wasn't there like some horse medication or some shit?
Oh, also,
yeah. It called ivermectin horse medication.
Operation Warp Speed was launched in May 2020, and who was president then? I'm just wondering.
Yeah. Trump is the Operation Warp Speed.
I'm responding to OIII. I was just saying.
Is that Ed Sheeran?
He didn't. He might have said, "Take it if you want," or "Don't." That was true. What he didn't say was, "This is an experimental thing," and guess what? According to the fucking Nuremberg trials, and then the codes that were developed after the Nuremberg trials, called the Nuremberg codes, what they found is that you cannot medically test on people without their express informed consent. So when you don't tell them that this is not got any kind of long-term testing and that this is not safe and effective, this is probably going to work. We believe in our medical opinion this is going to work, but do we have the actual testing in a long-term test? No. So you are going to be the first person where we figure that out. And guess what? It turns out that those weren't good things. and that they ended up having to take and remove those authorizations because they didn't meet snuff. So those experiments failed, and those poor people that went and got suckered into it because somebody said it was a good thing, they took a bad experiment.
And for the record, I think it's oi oi.
Oi oi. Oh, I like that. Oi oi. That's great. That's a good name. That's fucking hilarious. Oi oi.
That's Ed Sheeran.
That's what?
The bar
What?
is where I go. That's Ed Sheeran.
It's a song.
It's either that or it's a small hat. But Ed Sheeran might be a small hat. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he did not, but he did not try and mandate it. I do agree. Also, Biden did not mandate it. So, because there's a whole bunch of us that they pretended got, like everybody got it, but there's a bunch of us that didn't, and there was no winter of death for us. Weirdly, we're all pretty
Still
still.
doing pretty good.
Bring the light over here, baby. Weirdly,
I
there
might have got it. I might not have got it, but either way, I did just fine. Did just fine. You know, so it's a cold. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, what are you gonna go?
dude. You get it every fall and every
surgery?
spring for the most part.
Can you go get surgery because you got a cold?
Biden wanted to mandate it. I definitely agree, but did he mandate it? No. That's why we did not. No, a whole bunch of us did not get it. I also did not wear the mask around and still went into town and went to the grocery store and went to the gas station and all that. Was I limited and into some of the stores to go into? Did some of the stores say I must wear a mask to go in? Yes, they did. But I'm also a big believer in private business. And if your private business has this rule that I have to follow, if I don't want to follow it, I don't go in your fucking business and I go to a different one. So guess what? As far as gas stations, there's about 4 gas stations in town. One of them's owned by Pakistani guys, and it's the smaller rundown gas station. Them dudes never one time said a fucking word to me. It said on the front door. Yeah. On the front door, it said, you must have a mask inside. Inside, they give me fist bumps and how you doing? And they make sure that the things that I like, because I buy my tobacco and stuff there, they make sure they have my rolling papers, a whole box. They'll show me. I get these black pepper seeds, because I eat a lot of sunflower seeds. They buy whole cases of them because I run out of them and keep them in back for me and never give me shit about it. And I go to their store all the time. Fuck everybody else. I don't.
Well, the funny thing about doing business when you're like actually trading shit, right? Those people who do the trading, they like to make money. So if I come in and I say, hey, I have some money, they're like, oh, okay, well, I have some stuff. They don't give a shit about much else.
We built such a bond is that literally one day we went to town and we forgot our cash at home, and they literally they gave us $20 in gas and said, come back and bring us the gas or the cash, and we did.
Yeah.
And
I got trespassed from a bunch of places for not wearing a mask.
I tell you what, I dropped a deuce wearing my mask before, and I could smell my own ass, and I was like, these masks don't do shit.
And I brought this up too.
I wore it.
The funny thing about that,
I wore a gas mask. I wore a gas mask into the store, and I had my.
That's funny.
And I had my holster on with my gun because you still
that's great. Hey, look, it's a free country. People walk around with masks all the time, right? Hey.
Open
now all of
carry.
a sudden you put a mask on in 2026, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're wearing a mask. You must be a robber. Yeah, but 3 years ago was no problem.
Yeah. Before this, dude, I grew up in the era where they were like, don't wear a hoodie with your hoodie up. And now people are like walking around with sunglasses and a mask on and shit. And you're like,
looking like the Unabomber.
Yeah. Like, that's okay now. That's weird. In fact, if you don't look like that, you're the weirdo. Like, I'm walking around with my whole face out. Like, you got your whole face out, bro. Like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I like the Unabomber. He was cool.
Dude,
Well,
that's what my other show is called. Uncle Ted Talks. He's Uncle Ted is Ted Kaczynski.
Well, you know, I think a lot of it's got to do with the culture, the people that are alive today. It's not, you know, the 20s and 30s, like, you know, people who were born in the 20s and 30s, around the mobsters.
Yeah, you can call
through all that
of
stuff.
course. Hold on, link incoming.
But I was gonna say, you know, the funny thing too with the whole mask on your face, like what Kraut was saying, it's like this stuff smells like ass. It's because you essentially create a breeding ground for the absolute worst types of germs. Because as dirty and nasty as your asshole actually is, your mouth is dirtier, right?
Oh,
so
dude,
when your
mouths are horrifying, right?
The gingivitis is real, bro.
we're like one step from being a Komodo dragon, and our bites just being fucking lethal from the infection it causes. Like,
not to mention,
zombie bite or not,
say?
that shit's nasty. We are the zombies already, but no, and so what you're doing is breeding a nasty ground for all that stuff. So when and as much as I respect Dr. Greg for standing in his square, he is 100% wrong in this, because if you tell people to wear a mask 24/7 and to walk around with that, then you're actually causing more germs to spread on your face. I'm surprised that I'm not surprised that the certain people who continued to wear a mask later, because as soon as you start doing that, you start to develop nasty sores and your teeth start rotting out and you get just grody mouth. And so wearing a mask, if I like had a grody mouth, of course I'm going to wear a mask, right? So those people probably wore the mask too long and they developed grody mouth, like the British. Now they've got, they've got some grody mouth that they got to cover. It's not so much that they're
dude,
just
could
like
you imagine being bit by an Englishman? Is that how they won most of the wars? You're like, dude,
So
one time
I'm not feeling safe. I'm gonna put my mask on.
Yeah, dude, I got a scar right here, over here and here, where an alpaca tooth went clean through my finger, and I pulled it out, and I was fine. If that was an Englishman's tooth, I would have went to the hospital. I would have went like, oh God, I need shots and fucking IV and an antibacterial. We might need to fucking take this finger.
cat scratch
This
fever
is a
too.
good mask, though.
There's a
This
reason
mask
for
is
that.
excellent.
But when they bite, it's even crazier.
I put this mask on when I drive my motorcycle, and then I have my Nazi helmet on. And then I have my black, my waterproof.
You are the exact. That's exactly the guy dude. What you need is like a banner that says "Bring Back Slavery," and then fucking you can like do it as like a flag on the back of your motorcycle while you're wearing a Nazi hat and your fucking gas mask. Like, yes, that is the exact figure we need.
This is my COVID mask.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a hockey mask for mine, just like regular.
Yeah, I had a hockey mask also that I wore in the one store, the feed store, wouldn't let, and I had to get a bale of hay every couple weeks, and they wouldn't let me even check out without a mask. I could go load up and all that with the guys in back, but as soon as I tried to walk in to pay, they'd flip out on me, and I'd have to put a hockey mask on for just like 2 seconds to fucking pay for that. And I just laugh at them. Like it had big air holes like this big in it, because it was meant to stop a fucking hockey puck, not air.
Yeah. All right. Well, I am. I'm getting to that point. It's getting late, boys. So I don't know.
Hey, Clay, I do have a question for you.
I can hang out for that.
Because you're a First Amendment guy, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about Flocka or Flock? The
Oh,
private
the SWAT cameras.
The cameras.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Good, that's a good subject. Clay's gonna have to fucking just sit back down.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm saying you ain't leaving while we're talking about flock cameras.
Yeah. Camera, because it's cameras. Yeah, no, for real. Flock cameras are a horrible idea. Again, going back to I know I mentioned earlier. I don't know if it was this stream or the other one. Where would you sacrifice your essential liberty for a little purchased safety? And that's what people are doing. They're paying these small governments to let these flock cameras come in and set up all over shop because they believe that it would keep them safer from the speeders and the unregistered
boy Clay,
tags.
Part of that statement I gotta ask you to clarify because what people are asking for this.
There's some older folks typically.
Right, but I mean, in a whole general community, is there any communities that you know of that have specifically wanted this?
The die-hard supporters typically on both sides. The die-hard supporters of their particular candidate. I'm not saying the die-hard supporters of the parties, the diehard supporters of the candidates in their areas. So like your council members are actually responsible in that particular town or county jurisdiction to decide whether you want to allow this company to come in, right?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. So they're consenting through their choice of elected officials. So they're consenting is what you're saying, basically.
Correct. Yes.
Well, that's the scary.
Because what I'm seeing all over everywhere is people are tearing these flock cameras down, and every page, like even right where I live, right here, a bunch of the flock cameras got fucked up and destroyed in Reading, and the cops put on a whole page that was like, yeah, we used these to catch this guy that like had this little girl that he was abusing or something like that, right? And you know, this glorified story of how those things help. And I opened up the page, and it was a fucking Bible of people fucking saying, we don't want this. Get it the fuck out of here. We don't care. And then I've seen other ones where the cops are like, it's not just randomly reading license plate. This is to catch actual criminals and make sure that we can do things that people are like, we don't fucking care. We don't care. No, we don't want it. Get it away. Like I'm seeing zero support for these things whatsoever. And in fact, also there's been some towns that have went against their town councils and fired their whole town councils for letting it in, because presumably they're getting paid for some of their vote.
Well, much like with the any type of government overreach, typically like this, not necessarily when I'm talking about government reach, I'm more talking about surveillance and not necessarily grabbing you. Grabbing you comes from the small towns, but the surveillance state typically comes from the big cities first. So the big cities start to implement that surveillance state first on the basis of, we just got too much crime, guys. It's just so much crime. We need to watch it.
I'm in California, so I mean, they test a lot of that shit in California, and if it's successful here, you see it move to the rest of the countries. Usually, it jumps over to like
Silicon
New York,
Valley,
Massachusetts.
Same here.
In Albuquerque is close enough, so they do similar stuff here. Very similar. In fact, it is also a sanctuary city. I would call it
Eureka is a sanctuary city. It's an anti-everything Trump does city. It's our county's most important person of the year is some dude that walks around downtown dressed as a fucking girl, and he's an artistic tranny that does our art, and it enlightens the whole community.
We got a lot of those.
Oh my god,
a lot of those, bro. A lot.
Which I don't give a shit that he's doing that. Fine, dude. Walk around looking like a lady boy. Like I said, I got 99 reasons to despise dumb fuck orthos like Andrew Wilson, but ladyboys ain't one. I don't give a fuck about no ladyboys. Like, you know, like that sounds like a personal problem to me.
It's super personal. Yeah.
yeah. You know, you got you don't know which clothes are which. Well, that's sucks for you, but do your thing, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So essentially, I'm not a fan of the surveillance state. I mean, anything we can do to shrink the surveillance state, I'm down for. And growing it, I'm not for. So flock cameras out, and for very specific reasons. It's really doesn't matter how much the government will sit there and say that it's our job to protect these people. I'm sorry, but the Supreme Court just simply does not agree with you. Therefore, no matter what happens, in the end, the Supreme Court will always side with the government not having the duty to protect individuals. Society at large, they say yes.
Well,
they've already said that the cops don't have the duty to protect and save anybody.
Yeah, it stems off of that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the school shootings. When people got pissed off because the cops like sat outside and stopped parents who were willing to run inside and go help their kids. The cops stopped the parents rather than go in and try and diffuse the situation, and that pissed a few people off.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For good purpose, that pissed a lot of people off. I'm still mad about that shit, bro.
Dude, you don't. I have never gotten aggressive with a cop, but if you are stopping me from going and protecting my child who's in the fucking school with an active shooter, and you're the thing between me and that, then you know what? Odin gets a sacrifice today. More than one. We'll start with you.
Ben, Odin is a little busy right now fighting Jesus. He doesn't have time for you.
Right, right.
What kind of helmet does this look like?
You are absolutely looking like something out of a dystopian 50s movie, Rocky.
No, it looks kind of like a Nazi.
Yeah, we got it.
But guess what it is? Say
1942.
It's American. This is what we wore in Iraq. It kind of looks like Nazis to me.
That is not what my helmet looked like in Iraq, Rocky.
No, not at all. You're fucking high.
That was Iraq.
I am from the Iraq Desert Storm, Desert Shield era.
Well, they had covers for them. You put.
Oh, I know about the covers, Rocky. I just said that I'd served during Desert Storm and Desert Shield.
Desert Storm and Desert Shield?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Operation Iraqi Freedom, Not that one. That was before.
Okay. I was not there for Operation Iraqi Freedom. Okay, you're talking about the other. You're old like me. You're older than me. I assumed you were talking about the first Iraq War, which was when I served.
I was kind of expecting that too.
We really got to get out of there. Like, that's crazy.
I was a contractor in Iraq Operation Freedom.
Oh, okay. Now this makes sense. I'm sorry. That's my bad, Rocky. I made an assumption based on you being old as fucking dirt, and fucking I was wrong.
When you say contractor, what do you mean? Like not military, obviously, but then were you asked to do anything? You don't have to answer, obviously. Military operation.
He was sent in. I heard that. I heard about this. Rocky was sent.
Did you ever
to talk to the
enemy?
I was a machine.
He just went in to talk to the enemy and tell them stories, and so confused. And by the time Rocky was done talking, nobody even knew what the fuck was going on.
Except for the one thing which they all agreed there with him about, which is that the earth is flat.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They were flat earthers when I got there. When I was in Iraq, they were all hippies, long hair, hippies.
After he left, they were fucking ready to fight the synagogue of Satan.
And when I was there, you'd go to the what do they call the welfare where you go to play pool and read books and stuff. The SOP.
Uncle Guns is pulling your card, sir. And I gotta tell you what,
Bro.
Uncle Guns is our go-to guy for any kind of nonsense. And
I didn't say I served, you dumb fucker. I was a contractor.
Okay, simmer down with the jumping right to dumb fucker. You notice nobody else has been doing that all night, Rocky. That the last time that actually happened was also you. So
I
just keep that-
don't know. Clay likes calling people retarded or the R word. You know, I don't know. I don't know if
That
that's
was
true.
on the previous panel.
I'm offended.
I'm not saying anybody's offended, and yes, there are times that we get heated, but when one person is the only person that's heated, maybe that one person should settle the fuck down.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Good
Oh,
possibility.
I
Yeah.
think that's the first time I ever saw Bill get mad, though. I'll be honest.
Oh
I
no,
don't know
no, no, oh no, sir, no,
I was
sir.
with these guys.
Rocky will lose his shit and say some shit that you you are not even sure that you should have heard that as an adult.
I was with these guys. I was with these guys.
Him
Transportation.
advocating for human slavery again the other day was one of the milder and more amusing things that this guy said.
Wait, what was his argument, Rocky?
Yeah.
What was your argument?
Oh,
Don't do it,
said-
don't do it, Cameron. Don't do it, Cameron. Don't do it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I used to,
17 years. Right?
I used to drive this. I used to drive this through Iraq. It's a heavy equipment transporter. It's called a HET.
Oh, cool.
And I used to pick up blown up shit outside the wire. And so I got this coin from KBR. That's when I was working for KBR. This one was given to me by a lieutenant colonel and the first sergeant. It's a coin of appreciation. You can see the lieutenant colonel's leaf here, and then the master sergeant, and they gave me this as this was an appreciation. These were my escorts. They would escort me outside the wire, and
that's not master sergeant. That's first sergeant. The master sergeant doesn't have the star in the center.
okay. And then the Marines, when I was driving for the Marines, they gave me this one.
Why does it say
And
replica
because
on there?
Because I was the Marine driver. All the other drivers, contractors, they weren't Marines, so they only gave me this.
Oh,
coin.
that was this one's
Tip of the-
Marine. The other one was Army.
Yeah, I used to drive for Air Force, Army, Navy, and Marines. Whenever the Air Force vehicle would get blown up, I'd go out with them. If I went out with the Marines, I would go out with them if their vehicles were blown up. And then, so they gave me coins.
Dude, Pepper, you would be shocked how many people got a Purple Heart the easy way. In my unit, the only guy in my unit that got a Purple Heart during Desert Storm, the dumb fucker was out cruising around joyriding in a Humvee, because we just got Humvees were basically brand new back then, and they were like the thing, right? You could drive anywhere with a Humvee, and so which you couldn't. They were pieces of shit, but yeah, guys tried it, and those things had zero armor on it. I'm not even kidding. The doors and stuff were vinyl.
Yeah,
like a fucking, you could have shot an arrow without a sharpened head right through that shit and hit people. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, during
and those things were hot garbage. Well, a guy was out fucking driving one around, hit a landmine we're pretty sure was ours, and fucking got injured. That's the only guy in my unit that got a Purple Heart.
Well, they were welding 1/4-inch steel plates on the doors when I got there.
Yeah,
by
dude,
the time
you could shoot through them with a fucking with a slingshot. Kids were gonna
But
be
by
able
the
to hit
time-
them with BB
by
guns.
the time we left, all Humvees and shit were up up armored.
Yeah, and
during
then the
oper-
problem is those motors. They put in a motor, and it was because this is why I liked that your job there, because I was a 62 Bravo, so I worked on all that type of equipment, and the damn motors. Even though I was a 62 Bravo, 63 Bravo was Humvees and Cuckvees, and fucking I spent most of my time doing 63 Bravo work, because as soon as we got them Humvees, the engines in them was different, and the block was bored out to be a bigger block. And then it was a diesel, and the problem is diesels have really high compression. So the piston wall water jackets were too thin, and in the compression stroke, it would crack that fucking water jacket and then push compression right into the water jacket, and then your radiator cap would come flying off and just boosh, and turn into a fountain, and fucking so all them engines in those things were junk. So putting more weight on that engine was definitely and making it sweat was definitely not gonna be a good thing.
I also spent 2 years in Afghanistan as a mechanic for because I was a
What
diesel
are
mechanic.
you talking about right now, Pepper? Who the fuck knows what?
Oh yeah. I read about this. It's a real thing. He's gonna test for it. The VA is gonna do it as well. Veterans after the fact. And they're gonna give shots so they have a high enough level of testosterone. I guess I don't know what high enough means, but yeah.
Yeah, what they do is when I was going over there, you had to get like 10 shots, and these shots are not the ones they give to the regular civilians. They're super soldier shots. They fucking make you super soldiers.
Dude, you took super soldier shots?
Anyway, I found some of these. These are
You're
these
telling
are
us
old.
you're Captain America?
I would
just
assume the 10 shots are
I'm just
like
saying, when you go overseas working for the military, they're not going to give you shots that are bad for you. Well, they will. Eventually, they're all bad for you.
Yeah, the
but
military would never do anything that's bad for you.
it would be regional diseases that they give it for, right?
They never, the military's never gotten caught giving the soldiers experimental shots ever.
Yeah, amphetamines have never been bumped into.
Yeah. Whole World War II was not the story of World War II is not also the story of amphetamine, which amphetamine does what to the soldiers.
Sleep experiments never happened either.
Yeah.
Well, all I was saying is when I was in at Afghanistan, I was a mechanic because that's what I was a diesel mechanic.
That's
and
what
I was an operator, heavy equipment operator, diesel mechanic. And so when I was over there, I was installing
it's good to see spit in the gasket.
Cages that you put cages on the MRAPs. So when the RPG would hit the cage, it would blow up before it hit the MRAP.
Right.
So I flew around every camp installing those. So I got to see almost all of Afghanistan and all of Iraq. In Iraq, I was a driver. In Afghanistan, I was flying around in helicopters with a big duffel bag of tools on my back. And then
that's wild, Pepper.
once I drank a triple shot, and I got on the helicopter, got sick as a dog, man. Fuck.
Hey,
okay, guys.
What's scary about this is anybody that's ever seen Vanderlei Silva. Vanderlei Silva hit an age where all fighters fall off. Like everybody is basically done fighting by that age.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Vanderlei Silva comes out, and this dude is the axe murderer again. He is a silverback gorilla and like fucking tearing people's arms off and beating them with it. It is absolutely insane. And this is before testosterone testing. Then they went in and tested fucking Vanderlei Silva, and he literally had more testosterone than a silverback gorilla. And fucking but the problem is, which, that sounds, actually, in a soldier sense, sound pretty like, wow, why would you want your guys to be like that, right? Except for any man that's been through puberty knows that testosterone is the dragon. And that is a dragon that, as a man, you need to learn how to tame and ride. Because when you first get it, you fight your friends for no reason because a fucking girl walked by that you thought was pretty, and all of a sudden you're the best friend of fist fighting. And then as soon as the girl is out of sight, you both look at each other and you're like, why are we fighting?
Why am I bleeding?
I know. Yeah, you know. And fucking all the other kind of stupid shit that you do when you got raging testosterone in your body. And fucking for that same problem exists even for transsexual women that try to become men and are taking testosterone. You can read stories about some of these women that can't control their rage fits because they're like, they got testosterone now. And let me tell you what, testosterone is a little angry. It's a little angry.
So I am gonna head out. I appreciate you guys. It's been a great panel. Thank you for everybody's good behavior this time around. It's been fun. I will say about the whole thing with the testosterone and young men and old men and all that stuff. It is funny when I hear people talk about, you know, could America ever be taken? And the answer to that is simply no, because while these other countries are doing this fighting shit for survival, we're over here doing this shit for fun.
Hey, Clay,
dude, we got people like Rocky taking testosterone and telling us that we should own other people and wearing a fucking
What was that, crowd?
I bet you I can get you to stay on. Did you just mention the Russian sleep experiment?
Was it Russian?
Crazy, right?
I thought it was the American.
You said you mentioned sleep experiments. The only sleep experiment I'm familiar with is the Russian sleep experiment.
It might have been Russian.
Yeah.
What do you want to know about it?
Well,
Clay,
I
I
don't
got
know
one
if
for
it's
you.
real or not. It's highly speculation. I just wanted to know if you believe it's real or part of it's real, or you think it's all bullshit.
Oh yeah, it absolutely happened. Yeah, no, definitely.
I thought the Vitor fight was after he got busted for that, and they made him take, and they needed.
I got one for you, Clay.
They made him back off. It is what I thought happened, but you might be right. Belfort was also taking like truckloads of testosterone.
All right, I got about.
Like, you're not
4
40
minutes.
and looking like you're going to be in the movie 300 without
Clay.
fucking.
Yeah, he's got 4 minutes before he has to do some more fucking work.
Go ahead. What you got, Jody?
The Russian spy that got killed in Salisbury, Salisbury, England.
I don't know about it.
You didn't hear about that in 2018?
No, I really don't follow the other countries like news because, you know, essentially it's like the war in Iran is just crazy to even fucking be there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really follow
completely
it.
agree.
Yeah,
one of the last shocking just overseas happenings that we were somewhat involved with, and I was just in shock that we traded that Brittany Griner fucking WNBA
Bro,
chick
yeah,
for the fucking Lord of War.
Yeah,
Right.
that was
Like,
absolutely fucking ridiculous.
That dude is not just some fucking minor gun runner with a ship full of guns. They say that there's entire fucking wars and genocides that never existed without this guy supplying the weapons to both sides.
Yep.
yeah.
America's just that
happens when-
flea market. Come on.
That's what happens when we get embroiled in other governments or other countries' nonsense. You start making deals. I mean, we're not here to make deals. We're here to support our people, and we got enough problems of our own. I don't need nobody else's problems. Nobody
Like
else.
I'm not Christian, but that's like asking if we should trade Satan for a fucking WNBA. Like, are you fucking serious right now? You traded.
And she wasn't even that good.
You released that guy
That guy.
for a WNBA player.
She wasn't even that fucking good either.
Dude,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah, but-
likes her. It's a dude.
That isn't the point technically. If you kind of say, oh well, then it kind of looks like even if like, you know, they did bring drugs into the country or whatever. I forgot what the deal was.
Weed.
It's turning your back on a civilian, basically.
Add weed pens.
This is my favorite coin.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna trade,
that is a cool coin, Rocky.
Even then, like for a lady,
recon,
like,
Marine Corps recon, tip of the spear. Trump's coat of arms is tip of the spear.
All right, guys, I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one.
Could you finish? And could you finish what you were saying, Clay?
Sorry,
Rocky.
Yeah, I'll
when
see you
other
later.
people are in a middle of a sentence, please don't start your sentences.
Well, I started mine first.
You didn't. He was talking, and then you held up a coin and just started talking about the coin while Clay was talking.
Hey, I'm about to be out too. On that note, in case anyone's wondering, because Clay was a little tripped up, and people in the chat, I call Rocky Bill Murray because he legit looks like a Bill Murray, just like 50 years old.
Who was Clay tripped up on in the chat?
No, Clay was tripped up on why I called Rocky Bill.
Yeah,
I call him
Rocky
Bill Murray because
he is kind of old Bill Murray.
Yeah, like you see it, right, Ben? I'm not the only one.
I absolutely, dude. This is like the Bill Murray Caddyshack when
Well,
as
that's
an
a
old
compliment. Bill Murray's a legend. That's a compliment.
Oh, dude, we also find Rocky to be hilarious, and he's a legend. It's just sometimes you have to fucking settle Rocky down because he does things like just totally start talking when somebody else is talking. Like Clay was talking about the subject that we were all talking about, and then Rocky just held up a coin and started talking about this coin, and Clay wasn't able to finish his fucking point.
I love Clay. He's very knowledgeable, and that's why I ask him questions, because he does a lot more research than I could put time in. Kind of like the Flock situation. I wanted to talk more to him about it, but
the Flock situation is absolutely government overreach, and all. You got to be 100% sure that you got to be what do we name it? Adding to Rocky, you got to be sure that most of these councils are being paid off in some sort of way to vote the way they do, because the general populace, from what I'm seeing, and I'm sure this doesn't account for everywhere, I'm sure there are places that want this, but overwhelmingly people don't.
No, not at all. It reminds me of like China.
ADD Rocky.
It's not only just scanning license plates, but people could hack into the system very simply and get access. And then they could get access to your Social Security and all kinds of stuff. I mean, multiple sheriffs have been caught stalking ex-girlfriends and ex-wives and all kinds of stuff.
Do you watch The Civil Rights Lawyer?
Oh, it's insane, bro.
Do you watch The Civil Rights Lawyer? That's the name of his channel. It's called The Civil Rights Lawyer.
Oh no,
yeah, I do.
No.
The dude is fantastic. He's literally one of the biggest civil rights lawyers in the country. And he's got a bunch of cases on there where they have used flock cameras and what they found. So he has one case where the cops pulled over a guy because flock cameras were catching him going to this it was in Texas, and he was driving like 3 hours to this city, staying for a couple hours and then driving back. And they fucking pulled this guy over and gave him a full search of his vehicle because the flock cameras caught him doing that. The dude worked for an oil company and was driving to this other city because that's where he was supposed to go do his fucking shit. And then he would go home. He's like, what are we doing?
I saw that one.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And fucking then there was a
violation of our Fourth Amendment, bro.
A complete violation.
Like, what the fuck are we even talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it helps police fucking catch people and this and that. I completely agree. I got a lot of family in law enforcement.
It's against the. You're
but
not supposed to.
We've been able to catch them without this. We've been able to catch people without this. Just with digital thumbprint.
We want to do that breaks the Constitution will help us catch people more. We don't care, motherfucker. We don't fucking care.
Yeah, we don't need a fucking literal eye in the sky. I mean, we got a digital thumbprint with every fucking phone that you hold. You got a digital thumbprint there.
Fourth Amendment violation. You know, cops aren't supposed to even run your plates unless you committed a crime, but they do it all the time. They run your plates, and they're not supposed to run your plates unless they have a reason.
Exactly.
Now with the block cameras, it's automated. It's bullshit.
The plates were literally put there so they could identify the people who had already committed a crime. You aren't supposed to go run our plates if we have not already committed an identifiable crime that you can articulate.
Yeah, that's why I said the Fourth Amendment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete.
Yep.
It's complete fucking violation. And that's why I want to talk with Clay.
What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do
There's
about
nothing.
Well, the flock cameras, a lot of people are firing their city councils and destroying the flock cameras. There's a lady, I think she's from South Carolina or something.